everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I am sharing with you the live stream show from 12/13/18 that is over on Art Joy of Sharing live stream channel. It's Peg Robinson and I, and this is a speed up version of that show and also some extra footage at the end because I did not stop playing. Today what I made on the live stream show is package tags for the holidays. And the first thing I'm doing here is some white gesso stenciling over the top of some pieces that I've cut out from craft colored packaging material. And I just like the craft and white look. This one I just sponged on some gesso and I'm adding some texture by scratching into it while it's still wet. The little Santa Claus. The other ones I used some Stencilgirl stencils. One of them's called Winter Berries Mask. And then I used Snowflake 1 and Snowflake 2 masks to sponge those. And then also the ATC stencil from Seth Apter. I'll link all those in the description box below if you'd like to find them. So I also have some tags here that have been gessoed. And what they started out as is hang tags from clothing. When you buy a new dress or new sweater or something, there's sometimes a tag attached to it. Sometimes it even has its own string. And when I think about it, I save those and then I upcycle them into something. And this one, it had the gesso on it. Then I put some Salty Ocean and Faded Jeans Distress Oxide ink on there, splashed it with some water to get a snow effect in the background. And then now I'm punching a piece of paper that I received in Happy Mail. It's got some blue sprays on it through a stencil. I think I got it from Linda Israel, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I made a snowman with 3 little punches. When I was making the materials list below the video with the links, I found out that you can buy circle punches in a pack with multiple sizes. Of course, mine are old from Stampin' Up! Days, and they were all bought as individuals. But now you can just get them in a pack. So you've got all the different sizes to make cute little snowmen and things like that, and ornaments and things like that. So I just thought that was interesting. So I glued my 3 circles on, and then I'm using Posca pins from a Posca pin set to do the shading with the blue and brown twigs and black for the face and the hat and some little orange nose and red scarf. I'm also using some a To From stamp and a Happy Holiday stamp and a few little stamps that I have from different sets from Stampin' Up. Those type of things can be found very easily out there in the world. These just happen to be what I have. Now I'm working on the Santa shape that I had, and I'm using my Posca pins to fill in the face and the hat with the red. And that was pretty fun. I had a good time doing that little Santa face. Now I've got out some different washi tapes, and throughout this process I did use washi tapes. What a fun thing to use on your tags. They're so colorful and they have patterns on them, and we just always forget that we have them. At least I do. I have a ton of washi tape and I hardly ever use it. So just putting a couple little lines of washi tape across really makes a difference. This one was stenciled with the Seth Apter ATC stencil. And then I have some die cuts that I die cut at the beginning before the video started of the Garden Sprigs. I think it's called Garden Greens die from Tim Holtz. Now that die I really recommend if you have a die cutting machine because something like that is so much a pain in the behind to cut out with scissors or something, and you can just die cut them and they're really effective on cards and tags and things like that. So some of the dies that I have in my stash, I'm like, you know, I don't use them that often. You really think you have to have that, and then you end up not using it, and then, you know, but the sprigs and the twigs and all those ones, those are really good. So for these 2-inch strips that I cut, I have this punch and it makes an upside down U-shaped slit, and I don't know what to call it. But if you punch that, then it makes like a little tuck under tab So I just punch that at the end, and then I can just tuck under the little flap after I've folded it. So these little tags open, and you can, untuck it, open it, and then shut it back up. So there's 3 of those, and they're the ones that I've stenciled already with some white gesso. And then I have my little stamps that say to, from, and merry and bright and all those type of things to put either inside or on the back or on the front, depending on the tag. I'm also using the ink to sponge around the edges in some cases. I think that looks really nice on a lot of things in paper crafting. Let's see, the next one, let's see, what do we got? Oh, that's some buttons. I had a package of inexpensive Christmas buttons, and I decided to make them into decorations on some of my tags. That one was like making them into little ornaments, and I glued a sequin on top. Sequins are awesome. They are the cheapest thing that you can buy, and they're so blingy and shiny and just great to use. So for this one, I know we're going through this really fast, but the reason is that this is a this is a live stream show that jumps back and forth between Peg and I. So when I take Pegs out, then it's jumping back and forth between what I'm doing. But this one was one of the hang tags from a outfit, and I'm decorating it using the dried up paint from my palette. So I have a plate that I use as a paint palette, and it eventually gets such a thick layer that I peel it off. I was peeling it off the other night, and I just kept some of those peelings, and that's what I cut into the shape of trees here. And then I'm just putting some clear sequins on this one. It looks really pretty. That's probably my favorite one. I also backed it with some blue cardstock because, of course, the tags usually have something on both sides. And so I always want to cover up the back if there's something on the back. Don't want it to show. Also, another little tip is if you are planning on making tags to reuse year after year, put a hole in them and put a string on them, and then tie them on your packages instead of using tape. Because if you stick them on with tape, then when you peel the tape off, sometimes it will cause some damage. And if you really want to keep them for the next year, you might not want to damage them. We have some that are maybe even 10 years old, and they have the names on them, and when you go to wrap your package for that person the next year, you can just use the same tag. It's already got the name on it. And you just look in, I've got them sorted by person in the family, and just take them out, and yeah, that's how we do it. A circle punch is fun because you can make ornament shapes with it, and I know that I did that with some of this paper. These are just scraps of paper that I had. That stripe paper was from some packaging. This one was, the blue one is from a painted tag. I don't know. Now, that's where the show ended. We only go for an hour and a half. So this footage is footage that I took after the show had ended. And I finished with those 2 ornaments and didn't turn on the camera when I did that. And then I also did the little snowman shape die cut that I had. Didn't turn on the camera. But then I thought, oh, well, I might as well just, if I'm going to continue until I've run out of pieces that are cut, I might as well just make extra footage. So this is when I turned on the camera. That one that was stenciled with the winter berries mask, I just took a red Posca pen and I colored in the berries, and I thought it looked pretty cool with the brown sticks and the red berries. Add a little highlight with white Posca pen. And then I sponged it around the edge. And then I have some more of these little sprigs and twigs and things that I'm going to finish up using, decorating this. Of course, I got to finish them up. I thought I was going to make a snowman. That's why I trimmed out some of the twigs that look like actual twigs. And I'll probably still do that because I still have them on my desk. But for all the little greenery sprigs ones, I used all those up. So I can always make more, doesn't matter. But that's one of the tuck under tags that I made that I'm decorating right now. And I'm using the iCraft mixed media glue because it has a very fine tip on it, so it makes it easy to glue on these little thin die cut shapes. Otherwise, they're kind of a pain to try to get some glue on the back. Of course, you can always run them through a sticker machine, like a Xyron sticker machine. That's what a lot of people do with those type, and then they turn into a sticker. But I just was using this fine tipped glue to stick them on. Adding some highlights with the white Posca pen, like you do. And I think I put some sequins on this one, maybe. I think so. I can't actually remember. Putting some ribbon on. I know I did that. I guess I didn't. Okay. Showing those other two that I'd made with the camera off. I think I ended up with maybe 14 tags today for about 2 hours of messing around, including the show and then the extra. Maybe, yeah, probably about 2 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes to make 14 tags. With a little bit of prep time. I did do some die cutting this morning, I guess. Forgot about that. This one might be the one I put more sequins on, maybe. I can't remember. But anyway, these have the washi tape on it. These 3 that are left, I put strips of washi tape on them, and I thought that was really effective. I want to make some more with washi tape because that was a really great use of it. Who knew? Washi tape. So let's see. Oh, this one. Yeah, I end up putting a snowman on that one. You can tell that snowman is my favorite image for the winter holidays. I did have this little stamp that makes this, punch that makes a snowman, but I thought it was too tiny. So I ended up using 3/4 and a 1/2 inch punch to make 2 little snowman pieces. And then I glued that on. Added some shading with a water-soluble graphite on this one. It's like a gray color. You can use a light gray or light blue to do shading. Or even if it's a vintage look, you can use like a tan or golden color to do shading on white. But white is never pure white. It's never pure white. Then using some pen to add in the details, and then I used this little scrap of paper to cut out a little stocking cap for him. Or her. It could be either. Just a little piece of paper. Glued that on, finished it up with some more pen work. And I can't remember. I might have stamped at the top, maybe. I don't know. Might have sponged around the edges. Not sure. Anyway, I know I did something. I hope you're enjoying this video, and if you are, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. This really helps out my channel. Of course, you can also share this on Facebook or Pinterest or something like that. I'm always so excited when I'm scrolling through my Pinterest feed and I see my own video. I'm like, wow, look, it's mine. It's my video. I'm always excited. So I need to follow more of you who pin my stuff so that I can get that excitement more often, because it's always fun. And of course, the links below the video are there so that you can find products that I used. A lot of them go to Amazon. Some of them go to Stencilgirl. If you use my link, not the Stencilgirl ones, but the Amazon ones, and you purchase something, even if it's not the thing that I suggested, as long as in the same session you buy something, I will get a few cents to use towards art supplies for the upcoming year. So that would be a very nice Christmas gift if you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, to use my links so that I get some credit, and then I can buy new stuff to show you in the new year. So this last one was another one of the clothing tags that I had painted with white gesso. I put some different colors of washi tapes on there, and I cut out a few little tree shapes from some gel print scraps, and then made a couple little trees. I thought it was cute and fun. I did some pen work on it as well. I think I put some garlands on it and a couple sequins at the top. I stamped it, you know, this and that. Just little stuff. But I think this is the last one. I think there might be, maybe I made 14 tags. Not sure if I already said that. But these will be used for the next several years in my family, so it's all good. And I had fun doing it. Next week on Art Joy of Sharing live stream on Thursday, we will be doing more holiday stuff. I think I'm going to work on some actual presents that I'm doing, art presents. Yeah, so you can come and watch that on Thursday, and there'll be a speed up here on my channel as well. And also in the links below, there is a link to the recorded live stream. You can go and watch it in real time if you would like to, instead of sped up like it is here on my channel. So that's the last tag for today, and that's it for me. Here comes your close-ups. Bye-bye.